Business and Economy Network.
Hello viewers, glad to know you are watching your program. Those of you watching us around the world in Nigeria, wherever you are watching this program via the internet, I want to say thank you so very much. My name remains Peter Nwoche. On behalf of the production crew, I want to say thank you. The program today is loaded because we are looking at the automotive policy in Nigeria. Remember, beginning of this year, the Nigerian president, Dr. Ebele Jonathan, did launch the Industrial Revolution, where in Nigeria it is expected that made in Nigerian product vehicles definitely will come to bear. A lot of people doubted it, but ladies and gentlemen, we have traversed and traveled around this country from Kaduna to Kano, Lagos, Ibadan, Nnewi, Sokoto, around to look at those people who are operators in the automotive policy. It's going to be an interesting watch. I don't need to let out the cat out of the basket. You're going to see so many things for you. All these things you're going to see are products of made in Nigeria. They assemble them here, they couple them here, and they're doing it, and it is real. Automotive policy in Nigeria is working. I'll be back after this time out.
Well, as you said, my name is Ibrahim Bayero. I'm the Managing Director for National Trucks Manufacturers Limited here in Kano. National Trucks Manufacturers was one of the first original assembly plants here in Nigeria. It was a joint venture between the federal government and Fiat Iveco of Italy. And the federal government of Nigeria actually had 25% shareholding, with Fiat Iveco holding 75%. They started operations in 1980. It was officially commissioned by President Shehu Shagari in 1981, and operations ran smoothly until about 1987, when they had to shut down due to the structural adjustment program, foreign currency fluctuations, and other economic factors. But the assembly plant was originally set up for assembly from SKD stroke CKD components for heavy-duty trucks and agricultural tractors. Yeah. Now, during the administration of President Olusegun Obasanjo, the privatization program came on board, and that was when we, or should I say the investors, saw the opportunity to try and benefit both from the privatization program and the economic strides Nigeria is trying to make, and they purchased the majority shareholding of National Trucks Manufacturers. So it became a private company in March 2003. As I said, the original company, National Trucks Manufacturers, was the joint venture between Fiat and Iveco. That basically came to an end in 1999. And in 2003, when we took over, National Trucks Manufacturers became a new company. Still had the same name, but it became a new company. And we are actually one of the only assembly companies after privatization that have continued going. Since 2004, when we started full assembly, we have not shut down operations. So yes, we've had difficult time along the way, but in no way have we had any nosedives or any major incidents. So it's just we have been waiting for this auto policy to come on board in order for us to take full advantage of the policy and the opportunities that both Nigeria and our company can offer Nigerians. Well, I would say that again, our company, we have expanded our operations apart from agricultural tractors and heavy-duty trucks, which was the original concept. we have expanded our operations to include all modes of commercial vehicle transportation. The only product we haven't yet tried here in Kano has been the passenger vehicle, right? And I'll give you prime examples. Today, when we visit the factory, you'll see we have the cargo tricycle, cargo passenger tricycle. We have a 1-ton truck. We have a 2.5-ton truck, 5-ton trucks, 10-ton trucks, 40-ton trucks, 30-ton tippers, 15-seater bus, single cabin, double cabin pickups. So all range of commercial vehicles, we have the capability of assembling them here, and we have done so, including agricultural tractors. So our range of products suited to all classes of Nigerian. I wouldn't say that we we would put ourselves in one class, but we cater to all Nigerian needs, from the simple farmer for use of the agricultural tractor, and also to get his wares to the market by use of our cargo tricycle, or if he has a bigger farm, our light duty trucks, the transporters using the heavy duty trucks, either for the petroleum products or for container products, construction companies for the tippers, waste management agencies all over Nigeria also use our tippers. We've provided troop carrier vehicles to the Nigerian Army as well. So we cater to all levels of Nigerians and various government agencies in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. My name is Ade Tokumo Ogudei, a graduate of Chemical Engineering, University of Lagos, and an entrepreneur who started from a cleaning company in 1986, and we have grown to where we are today. Under the name of Ola Clean Holdings, we have quite a number of companies. We have private cemeteries called Vault and Garden Cemetery, and quite a number of other companies, construction companies, steel rolling mills, and of course we are where we are today. I'm married with 4 kids, to the glory of God. You see, I'll tell you something about the automotive policy. It is the best thing that has ever happened to Nigeria. When you look at what is happening all over the world, the automotive industry contributes a large percentage to the GDP of a lot of countries. And when you see, it even aids development of the country. Number one, I always tell people, manufacturing is the backbone of any economy. By the time you develop the manufacturing sector, the next thing that happens is that you create job employment. The next thing that happens is that you save a lot of money from foreign exchange. And you see, there's just that ripple effect in the automotive industry. The people who are building the vehicles, the people who are now making the parts used in building vehicles. And then there's just that ripple effect. And before you realize what is happening, you'll be surprised that millions of people are employed. And then, of course, the next thing that happens is you realize that all this armed robbery and everything that you see, all these people who haven't got work to do, you realize that they are all gainfully employed and they are all happy. A similar thing has happened in Profonse here. If you look at the whole of this place, majority of the people who were employed here are people around the village, Ogun State, all over the place. A lot of them have gained skills. A lot of expatriates that we have here, we have over almost 20 expatriates here because this is a specialized sector. But you can see the technology transfer. You can see Nigerians that are gaining, they've gained so much interest, they've gained so much knowledge, and you can see some of these APCs, armored personnel carriers, solely being built by Nigerians. Look at what is happening with us now. We are putting up our factory, our facility in Abuja, that is going to produce 250 vehicles per month. Here we produce 40 vehicles per month. In Port Harcourt, we are going to produce 20 vehicles. We are going to start off in Port Harcourt next month. And when you look at that, then Nigeria has no business importing armored vehicles. Nigeria has no business importing military hardware. Nigeria has no business importing even all these anti-bomb vehicles, because the quality of armoring done here is, you cannot compare it to anyone. You can't compare. I mean, it's basically the same quality as what you get anywhere abroad. I'll give you a typical example. If you look at the factory floor there, you see so many vehicles that were done in Dubai, in France, all over the place, and they have issues. They brought them here. There is a case of somebody who brought a G-Wagon, armored G-Wagon. By the time we opened the G-Wagon, it was only armored halfway. It was not armored, it was only the glass. And he brought it in 2 months ago. The glass, all the glass has cracked within 2 months. We changed the glass. By the time we opened the vehicle, we realized that the whole vehicle was not armored. And he paid so much money for that. So you see, gone are the days when all these foreigners cheat Nigerians. Nigerians are now wise. So Nigeria, and you see a lot of Nigerians that have armored vehicles, they bring them here for us to sell. A lot of them have issues with suspensions. Look at all these military vehicles. Look at, there are some states, I don't want to mention any state, they imported close to about 40 armored personnel carriers. Out of the 40, I can tell you that the number, over 50% of the armored personnel carriers are grounded. Why? For one thing or the other. It's either suspension. You see, these people cannot know our country as much as we do. Any vehicle that we want to build, we take the weight. We order from the suspension, from the best suspension manufacturing company in the world, in Australia. And they build the suspension for that particular vehicle. Because we know our roads. Recently, the government of Rwanda invited us. The president of Rwanda, anytime he's in this country, he comes, he makes use of armored Land Cruisers. So he sent his IG of police, sent all the police staff, the security staffs, all of them came here, looked at what we were doing, and they gave us the contract. We won a bid to supply the United Nations, backed by Rwanda, a lot of armored personnel carriers. I mean, that is a pride to Nigeria, that a Nigerian company is supplying the United Nations armored personnel carriers to be used in South Sudan. That is a pride for Nigeria, that we have come of age, and that, for goodness sake, we should stop importing armored vehicles. We don't need it. These vehicles don't need to be imported. Number two, they are cheaper. When you buy from us, they are cheaper.
Peugeot automobile was created in 1972, and originally it was a joint venture between the federal government of Nigeria and the Peugeot automobile of France. It was a 40-60 joint venture with a few other state governments participating in the joint venture. Kaduna State then, which now included Kaduna and Katsina states. The company was set up on the platform of the then federal government's industrialization policy, with particular emphasis on automotive development policy of the government, or auto development plan. PAN, or Peugeot Automobile, was one of the 6 or 7 other companies that were created around the same time. For passenger vehicles, passenger cars, and buses, we had Peugeot. Then we had the Volkswagen of Nigeria in Lagos. Then for the trucks, we had the Steer in Bauchi. We had the Anamco in Enugu, or Anambra. We had Leyland in Ibadan. And then we had some few other automobile companies that were all created with the hope of developing the auto sector in Nigeria. And that was also to be preceded by the development of the composite industry, which included the steel industry and the petrochemicals. So there was a very much bigger plan for industrialization of Nigeria at that point, and the auto development and creation of companies like PAN was a part of such grand government plan to industrialize the country. The vision for Peugeot is actually not going to be, my own vision should not be different from the original vision of the people that created the enterprise. I think it's very valuable and is an excellent decision that the government took. My vision for this company is to make sure that it continued to achieve the objectives for which it was created, which basically were: one, to provide vehicles to Nigerians, affordable vehicles, safe vehicles, and vehicles meant for the Nigerian environment. But beyond that, on the bigger value system, it was supposed to provide employment for Nigerians. In the heydays of this company, PAN produced or employed over 4,000 workers directly. This is not counting the number of dealership outlets that we had, their own staff, the after-sales people that we had all across the country. So for me, those are the real values and those are the real attractions why I joined this company, to be able to restore those objectives, allow the company to achieve those objectives. In achieving those objectives, we will provide employment for millions of Nigerians. We will be able to acquire and develop technology in the automotive sector. We're training and developing skills for many young Nigerians. And over the history of this company, PAN had actually been a resource provider to the automotive industry. If you look anywhere today, anybody with any competence or expertise in automobile technology or maintenance or repairs was either trained by PAN or would have been trained by somebody trained by PAN. You know, and we want this value to continuously to be created in the sector. We see PAN just beyond a business. It is a provider of opportunities for Nigerians. Peugeot has made its mark in not only in Nigeria but in West Africa. We have been the residue or the reservoir of automotive expertise in Nigeria. These 40 years have not been in vain. We're very proud of the extent and the level of our facilities. We have played a very, very significant and leading role in the automotive sector. We have provided vehicles for all range of Nigerians, and there's so much history and so much depth about the brand Peugeot in Nigeria. I'm sure yourself or your parents or your grandparents will have used a Peugeot. I have used a Peugeot. My father had used a Peugeot. My brothers, older and uncles, they have all used Peugeot products. So there is that real life experience that we all have about the product and about the brand. And for me, we need to sustain that. All right. Made in Nigeria cars, yes, we have already led the path. When the factory and when the policies were right, PAN had achieved almost 40% local content for our vehicles. And what simply meant was that 40 components of any car we produce, 40% of any car we produce, the components are sourced locally. So we developed a real automotive sector where we have auto component manufacturers providing all sorts of services to us and some few other automobile companies. Now also, if you look over the history of the company, it is only PAN that has resisted and that has survived the many difficult challenges that have been thrown to the industry. A lot of them were government generated. Some of them were global economic issues. Some of them were internally generated. But all those challenges came up, and at every point this company had managed and had overcome those challenges. Last in 2012, when AMCON saved this organization from financial stronghold, you know, we think it was an opportunity for us to come in to join their vision and make sure that we revive this company and bring it to the standard of any automobile company in the world. We are already doing so much, and I can assure Nigerians today that what we produce out of this factory in Kaduna here will compare in terms of safety, in terms of performance, in terms of efficiency with any product of Peugeot produced anywhere in the world. All right. Yes, our vehicles are adapted for Nigerian environment. Our environment is peculiar. Our roads are not the best of the roads in the world. We have a lot of communities that do not have opportunity of having more travel roads. All right. We have fuel challenges. Our fuel quality is not necessarily the best in the world. Our driving methods and cultures are not necessarily the best in the world. So, in designing cars for Nigerians by Peugeot, all these elements are taken into account. So today our cars are a lot safer to drive on Nigerian roads than any other imported vehicle or any other producer of vehicles that did not have that benefit of experience and expertise in these matters. So we are very sure and we are very confident that all the vehicles we roll out of this plant for Nigerians will meet their expectations in terms of value. Value about safety, value about performance, about efficiency of those vehicles, and longevity, you know, ruggedness and performance over a longer period of time. So these are values that I believe the president was right. Every Nigerian should be proud. Because the other stronger issue is when you buy a Nigerian car, you are creating opportunities here. You are employing people locally. All right? You are making sure that all these our youth that graduate from the universities are absorbed into some kind of productive engagements, you know. But when we continuously patronize foreign cars, it is always the fact that we are subsidizing the economies of those people. We are creating jobs for those people, you know. And I think it doesn't require any strong selling point that we should buy Nigerian, especially when that Nigerian is as good as anything else, is as good as anybody in the world, you know. So for me, this is part of the passion I have for this business, and I believe every Nigerian needs to show similar level of commitment and patriotism to this country, because it's only when institutions like PAN are allowed to develop, to grow, and to expand can we continuously be creating opportunities for our people locally. If that is not done, then we'll continuously be service dependent, we'll continuously be import dependent, and we'll continuously export our jobs, export our skills, export our specialization. All right, so this is the point, and I think this is the message that the president has made very clear when he encouraged Nigerians to buy made in Nigeria cars. And this is the message we have always thanked the president for in terms of the development of this new auto plan, because it is the right way to go, provided it is implemented properly.
Well, this very time will permit us. I want to say thank you so very much. Well, the automotive policy, like I did said, is working in Nigeria. Anything that has a beginning definitely will come to an end. But with what this automotive policy has taught me personally is when you conceive an idea, you are focused about it, you are determined about it, definitely it will be a success. Automotive policy is a success in Nigeria. I'll be with you same time next week, God willing.